Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Beyond the Gates channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit like for more daily drama updates and spoilers. Your support truly means a lot and helps our channel grow every day. Now let's jump straight into today's exciting update. Friday's episode of Beyond the Gates unfolds like a gathering storm, where every conversation carries hidden consequences, every courtroom strategy threatens to change lives, and every emotional revelation leaves lasting scars. From a high-stakes legal battle that grows more dangerous by the minute to unexpected alliances that begin to form where bitter enemies once stood, the day promises twists that no one sees coming. As long-held grudges collide with fragile hopes for redemption, each character finds themselves standing at a crossroads where one decision could reshape everything they have fought to protect. At the same time, deeply personal secrets refuse to stay buried, forcing painful conversations that can no longer be postponed. Just when the emotional weight seems almost unbearable, an unexpected gift arrives, reminding everyone that even in life's darkest moments, love and compassion can still shine through. It is a day filled with tension, vulnerability, redemption, and heartfelt surprises, making this chapter of Beyond the Gates impossible to look away from. The heart of the drama centers on the lawsuit against Madison, a legal nightmare that has steadily tightened its grip around her life, and Friday's explosive deposition threatens to make everything even worse. What begins as another routine step in the legal process quickly spirals into something far more damaging, creating complications that leave everyone involved struggling to stay in control. The atmosphere inside the deposition room is heavy with pressure, where every question feels like a trap and every answer carries the power to determine someone's future. The stakes have never been higher because this is no longer just another courtroom dispute. It is a battle that could destroy Madison's career, drain her finances, and permanently alter the life she has worked so hard to build. As the tension rises, it becomes painfully clear that no one will escape this confrontation unchanged. Every glance, every objection, and every carefully chosen word only adds another layer to the mounting suspense. Behind the lawsuit stands a man fueled less by justice than by revenge. Bill's former law partner, Mike Davis, has returned with unfinished business, and his motives are impossible to ignore. Ever since being forced out of the law firm the previous year, Mike has carried the sting of humiliation with him, allowing resentment to grow into an obsession. Rather than simply moving on with his life, he has seized this lawsuit as the perfect opportunity to settle old scores and prove that he still has the upper hand. As he walks back into familiar surroundings for the deposition, there is an unmistakable confidence in his demeanor. He carries himself like a man who already believes victory belongs to him, convinced that every move he has planned will leave his former colleagues defeated. His smug certainty is evident in the weekly preview, where he appears completely convinced that the case is his to win. But Mike's confidence may prove to be his greatest weakness, because Bill and Naomi have absolutely no intention of surrendering. They understand what hangs in the balance far better than anyone else in the room, and that knowledge fuels their determination to fight with everything they have. For them, this battle is about far more than winning a legal argument or protecting professional reputations. Madison's entire future hangs in the balance, and if she loses, the consequences could be devastating both professionally and financially. Years of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication could disappear because of a lawsuit they believe never should have existed in the first place. Bill refuses to let an old rival exploit Madison's vulnerability for personal revenge, while Naomi stands equally determined to ensure that Mike does not walk away believing he has finally defeated them. As the deposition grows increasingly volatile, every exchange becomes another test of courage, strategy, and resilience, leaving everyone wondering who will still be standing when the dust finally settles. Away from the courtroom, another storyline begins moving in an entirely different direction, offering an unexpected glimpse of hope where hostility once ruled. Leslie and Monica recently shared a conversation that, under ordinary circumstances, would almost certainly have dissolved into another ugly confrontation filled with insults, threats, and promises of future retaliation. That has long been the pattern between them, a cycle of anger and bitterness that neither woman seemed capable of escaping, yet something has shifted. This newer version of Leslie approaches the discussion differently, and the conversation surrounding the hospital-free clinic partnership ends on a surprisingly positive note. It is a subtle but meaningful change, suggesting that perhaps Leslie has begun looking at the world through a different lens. Instead of feeding old resentments, she appears willing to entertain the possibility that cooperation might accomplish what revenge never could. That transformation continues as Leslie once again comes face to face with Darlene, a meeting that once would have seemed destined to explode into another emotional battlefield. Instead, both women approach each other carrying experiences that have softened their perspectives in unexpected ways. Darlene herself has been changing, particularly in the way she has treated Eva. In recent weeks, her behavior has become noticeably kinder, not because everything has suddenly been forgiven, but because she has finally recognized what is truly at stake. She understands that continuing down the same destructive path could ultimately cost her the relationship with her son, a loss she simply cannot bear. That realization has forced her to confront uncomfortable truths about herself, encouraging genuine efforts to repair damaged relationships before it is too late. As Leslie and Darlene talk, years of misunderstanding and conflict slowly begin giving way to something neither woman expected. A new understanding built not on complete trust, but on a willingness to stop fighting long enough to find common ground. Their emotional breakthrough unfolds alongside another important development involving Ava, whose own journey continues to move forward. At nearly the same moment that Leslie and Darlene discover a fresh perspective on one another, Ava finds herself renegotiating terms with Isaiah. The timing feels significant, suggesting that multiple lives are quietly beginning to change all at once. Although the exact details remain uncertain, there is growing speculation that these revised terms could be directly connected to Ava's recovery and the path she hopes to follow moving forward. Recovery is rarely a straight line, and every decision carries emotional and practical consequences that must be carefully weighed. Eva knows that rebuilding her future requires more than determination alone. It demands support, compromise, and opportunities that allow healing to continue. Whatever agreement she reaches with Isaiah could become another crucial step toward reclaiming the life she has fought so hard to rebuild. Meanwhile, another deeply personal storyline unfolds as Dani prepares to have a conversation that is as emotionally delicate as it is necessary. Some truths carry a weight that cannot be ignored forever, and Naomi's recent health concerns may finally force one of those truths into the open. If Naomi does indeed reveal that she has tested positive for the BRCA gene, she will be exposing one of the most private and frightening secrets she has carried. Such a revelation would naturally lead her toward the one person who has quietly shared the burden from the very beginning, Ashley. Ashley has known Naomi's secret all this time, standing beside her through uncertainty, fear, and countless moments of silent emotional struggle. Now, as Dani raises this sensitive subject, the possibility emerges that Naomi may finally stop carrying the burden alone. It promises to be an intimate, emotional conversation filled with vulnerability, trust, and the difficult reality that some life-changing news can only be faced with the support of those who truly understand. As the day approaches its conclusion, the emotional intensity shifts once more, leaving viewers with a moment that is both touching and unforgettable. It has been some time since June last appeared, but audiences still remember her presence during Samantha's unforgettable cotillion, where her daughter proudly achieved the honor of becoming Platinum Deb. That joyful milestone remains a cherished memory, making June's return feel especially meaningful. This time, however, she arrives carrying something far more personal than words alone. A mysterious gift finds its way into June's hands, and the emotional impact is immediate. Whatever the present contains, it reaches deep into her heart, overwhelming her with feelings so powerful that tears begin to fall. It is the kind of emotional surprise that reminds everyone watching that life is never defined solely by conflict and heartbreak. Sometimes, amid lawsuits, betrayals, painful secrets, and uncertain futures, a simple gesture of love can become the most unforgettable moment of all. Closing Friday's extraordinary episode of Beyond the Gates with a powerful reminder that hope often arrives when it is needed most.